Welcome to Sportslov Media on YouTube. It's you guys, Sportslov, broadcasting live tonight, January 25th, 2026. We have a special presentation tonight. I will be doing what is called the Road to Super Bowl 60, 2025 season edition. So, welcome to Sportslov Media on YouTube. It is you guys, Sportslov, broadcasting live tonight, January 25th, 2026. The teams are now set to who's going to be playing in the actual Super Bowl 60. In Super Bowl 60, which takes place Sunday, February 8th, 2026, it will be New England Patriots, the AFC champion, versus the Seattle Seahawks, the NFC champion. The game will be played at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, with the kickoff time to be 5:30 p.m. Central. This live stream is called Road to Super Bowl 60 2025 edition. We will look at both teams that will play in the game in terms of how we got here to this moment. We will look first at the New England Patriots in the regular season, and then we'll look at their postseason stuff. New England had a 14-3 win-loss record in the regular season. They played 3 postseason games. Preseason has no bearing on the win-loss record for the regular season, but they did have they were 2-1 in the preseason. So let's dig deeper on this. In preseason action, let's see. They lost to the New York Giants 42-10, defeated the Minnesota Vikings 20-12, and defeated Washington Commanders 48-18. Moving on to the regular season for New England, they defeated Miami Dolphins 38-10, the New York Jets 42-18, Baltimore Ravens 28-24, the New York Giants 32-15, the Cincinnati Bengals 26-20, the New York Jets 27-14, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 28-23, the Atlanta Falcons 24-23, the Cleveland Browns 32-13, the Tennessee Titans 31-13, the New Orleans Saints 25-19, the Buffalo Bills 23-20, the Carolina Panthers 42-13, and they lost to the Miami Dolphins. They won 33-27. In the regular season, they lost to the Buffalo Bills 35-31. They lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers 21-14, and they lost to the Las Vegas Raiders 26-13. In the postseason, New England defeated the Los Angeles Chargers 16-3 in the wild card round. They defeated the Houston Texans 28-16 in the divisional round, and they defeated the Denver Broncos 10-7 for the NFC Conference Championship. Now let's look for New England Patriots on a regular season and postseason in terms of their actual performance. Let's see. For the New England Patriots, in passing, you had Drake May leads his quarterback with 17 games played in the regular season. He had 354 completions out of 492 attempts, or 72%, 4,394 yards, 31 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. He was sacked 47 times. Lead rusher in regular season, Tre'Veyon Henderson. He had 17 games played, 180 carries. All 17 games played were during the regular season. He had 85 receptions, 1,413 yards, 4 touchdowns. The lead defender in regular season was Robert Spillane, 97 tackles. He delivered 1 sack. He picked it off from quarterbacks 2 times, 1 forced fumble. The lead kicker of 32 field goal attempts, or 84.4%. Extra points, he had 52 out of 55 extra point attempts, and that was Andy Borgales. And he had 96.4% on the extra point attempts. Now, in postseason play, leading his quarterback was, same person, 31 completions out of 56 attempts, or 58.9%, 447 yards, 4 touchdowns. He threw 2 interceptions. He was sacked 10 times. The lead rusher in the postseason was Ramondre Stevenson, who had 26 carries for 123 yards. In postseason receiving, Kaysen, Kaysen Butte, 7 receptions, 141 yards, 1 touchdown. On postseason defense, Craig Woodson, 16 tackles, 1 interception, 1 fumble recovery. For postseason kicking, Andy Borgels, 3 field goals made out of 3 field goal attempts, or 100%. 5 extra points made out of 5 extra point attempts, or 100%. The team stats for regular season for New England, they averaged 28.8 points a game, 490 points scored. There were 57 total touchdowns, 360 first downs, third down efficiency 85 for 148, or 42.93%. Fourth down efficiency 18 for 25, or 72%. Passing 361 for 502. Net passing 4,250 yards. 499 rushing attempts for 2,191 yards. Total offensive plays 1,044. Total yards 6,650. Penalties 99 penalties for a loss of 859 yards. Time of possession 31 minutes 47 seconds. In postseason stats, 18 points per game average, 541 total, 5 total touchdowns, 44 total first downs, third down efficiency 13 for 43, or 30.23%. Fourth down efficiency 3 for 4, or 75%. 43 completions for 478 attempts. In passing, net yards 443 net yards, 2 interceptions thrown. 79 rush attempts for 392 yards. Total offense plays 192 total yards. 925 total yards. For penalties, 6 penalties for minus 80 yards lost. Time of possession 32 minutes 33 seconds. And the other team in the Super Bowl now is who we're going to go with, and we're going to talk about the Seattle Seahawks now. Let's see, who will be the best watched I don't know if this will be the least watched Super Bowl of all time. I really don't know on that. It might have been better had the other team won, but you've had injuries that's riddled players and stuff. I honestly do not think New England would have beaten Denver had Bo Nix not been injured. I could be wrong, but it is what it is. But we still have the Seattle Seahawks, and they're something else. They cause a lot of chaos. They do a lot of crazy stuff. So let's look at the Seattle Seahawks. For Seattle Seahawks, we'll look at individual and then team stats. They're also on the good end of the win-loss record, also with 14 wins, 3-loss regular season. In preseason, which doesn't matter on the bearing of regular season, but they were 1-1-1 with 1 win, 1 loss, 1 tie. Let's look at the results from the season. In preseason, Seattle lost to Green Bay Packers 20-7, defeated Kansas City Chiefs 33-16, tied the game versus the Las Vegas Raiders 23-23. Now, in the regular season, let's break down the season by wins and losses. In terms of wins for the season, they defeated San Francisco 49ers 13-3, the Carolina Panthers 27-10, the Los Angeles Rams 38-37, Indianapolis Colts 18-16, Atlanta Falcons 37-9, Minnesota Vikings 26-0, Tennessee Titans 30-24, Arizona Cardinals 44-22, the Washington Commanders 38-19, Houston Texans 27-19, Jacksonville Jaguars 20-12, Arizona Cardinals 43-20, New Orleans Saints 44-13, Pittsburgh Steelers 31-17. In the losing part of that. They lost to the Los Angeles Rams 21-19, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 38-35, and the San Francisco 49ers 17-13. And thank you, Jack and Coke 9745 for joining this broadcast tonight. It is appreciated. So now that we've done that, let's see. They had a first round bye and did not play in the wild card round. In the postseason, they defeated San Francisco 49ers 41-6. They defeated the Los Angeles Rams for the NFC Conference Championship 31-27. So now let's look at some individual stuff from this thing. I'm going to go over here and we're going to look at this together. All right. So for passing, the leader is Sam Darnold. He had 17 games he played. He completed 323 out of 477 attempts for 67.7%. Let's see. He had 25 touchdowns. He was intercepted 14 times and was sacked 27 times. Your lead rusher, let's see, Kenneth Walker III, 17 games played. He carried 221 times for 1,027 yards. Let's see, he had 5 touchdowns. All right, that's your lead rusher. So we're going to carry on. We have on defense. Yeah, we'll look at defense now. The leader for defense was Ernest Jones IV. He played in 15 games, and he had a total of 126 tackles and half a sack. He managed to get 5 interceptions, scored 1 touchdown. All right, moving on to other aspects of things. We go now to, let's see, scoring, no. Returning, no. In terms of kicking, you have Jason Myers, who kicked in 17 games. He had 41 field goals made out of 48 field goal attempts for 85.4%. And in terms of extra points, he had 48 made. I don't know how many attempts he had. I don't have that readily available at the moment. All right, so that was regular season stats. Now for the postseason regarding Seattle, you have Sam Darnold, who had 124 total yards passing. He was in one game, 12 completions, 17 attempts, 70.6%. And this does not include the stats from tonight. This is just prior to tonight, but just gives you kind of an idea of where these players are. In rushing, you had Kenneth Walker, who carried 19 times for 116 yards, 3 touchdowns. All right, moving on from that. All right, so in terms of scoring, no. Okay. In terms of kicking in the postseason, Jason Myers, 2 field goals made out of 2 field goal attempts for 100%. And he made 5 extra point attempts on that. All right, so in terms of team stats for Seattle, we're going to go over this. This is regular season to start with. Total, they averaged, they averaged 28.4 points a game. Total points they scored, 483. Total touchdowns was 50. Let's see. Total first downs was 340. Let's see. Third down efficiency, 82 for 206, or 39.81. On fourth down efficiency was 7 for 12 or 58.53 or 58.33. The net passing yards was 5,000. I'm sorry, 3,877. Let's see. Interceptions, they had a total of 15 times. In terms of rushing attempts, they had 507 for 2,096 yards. All right, moving on to the next set of stats. We're getting into the meat of this, so, and I do apologize for not having everything organized like I thought it would. All right, so now on offense, the total offensive plays they had was 1,015. The total yards they had was 6,159. Let's see. Penalties. In terms of penalties, they had 100 penalties for a loss of 793 yards. Time of possession, they had 30 minutes and 12 seconds for time of possession, and that was regular season. Now we can go to the postseason aspect of things and look at it that way. For postseason, you have total points in the game, 41 total points. Let's see, total touchdowns, it looks like 5. First downs, they had 19. Let's see. Third down efficiency, 4 for 10 or 40%. Fourth down efficiency, did not have a fourth down, and it was 0% because they didn't have any. Let's see. Net passing yards was 126 or 106. Interceptions, none. Let's see. In rushing attempts, they had 33 for 171 yards. Okay. Moving on to the next part. All right. So on offense, on total offensive plays in the postseason, they had 294 total plays. Total yards, 299. Let's see. Penalties, they had 2 penalties for a loss of 5 yards. I'm sorry about the blurriness. Let's see if that can get fixed. Okay. I'm going to move on to a different subject relating to this Super Bowl stuff now. There's going to be some awards that are be given out from the Associated Press regarding the NFL awards, and those are going to be given out February 5th. So for MVP, the nominees are Josh Allen, Trevor Lawrence, Drake May, Christian McCaffrey, Matthew Stafford. For Coach of the Year, it's for Liam Cohen, Ken Johnson, Mike McDonald, Kyle Shanahan, Mike Vrabel. Let's see. You also have Nick Benito, Myles Garrett, Aiden Hutchinson, and Micah Parsons that are up for awards. You have, let's see, for Offensive Player of the Year, Drake May, Christian McCaffrey, Puka Nacua, Bijan Robinson, Jackson Smith, Nijubiga, whatever that is. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Abdul Carter, Nick Emanwari, James Pierce Sr., Carson Schwessinger, Xavier Watts. These are nominees. These awards the winner of those awards will be given out February 5th. Xavier Watts Also, for Offensive Rookie of the Year, you have Jackson Dart, Amika Egbuka, Tre'Veyon Henderson, Area McMillan, Tyler Schroe. Let's see. Moving on, we have a couple other historical things to talk about regarding the NFL. And I'm sorry, this is so disorganized at the moment. All right, so we are in Super Bowl 60 right now, and I'm going to go through this. I've got a little bit of history and stuff. So the Super Bowl winners and results 1 through 59. We are on Super Bowl 60, so I will, once I get through some of this history and stuff, then I will make my pick for who I think will win the NFL game. So Super Bowl I took place January 15th, 1967 at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, 35, Kansas City 10. Super Bowl II took place in 1968, Green Bay 33, Oakland 14. Super Bowl III took place in 1969, New York Jets 16, Baltimore 7. Super Bowl IV, January 11th, 1970, Kansas City 23, Minnesota 7. Super Bowl V in 1971 took place, and it was Baltimore 16, Dallas 13. Super Bowl VI, 1972, was Dallas 24, Miami 3. Super Bowl VII, 1973, Miami 14, Washington 7. Let's see. Super Bowl VIII, 1974, which would be Miami 24, Minnesota 7. 1975 was Super Bowl IX, and that was Pittsburgh 16, Minnesota 6. Super Bowl X, 1976, Pittsburgh 21, Dallas 17. Super Bowl 11, 1977. Hello to you, Jay. How are you today? Super Bowl 11 took place in 1977, and it was Oakland 32, Minnesota 14. Super Bowl 12 took place in 1978, and it was Dallas 27, Denver 10. Super Bowl 13, 1979, Pittsburgh 35, Dallas 31. I'm actually pretty good. Thank you for asking. Let's see. Super Bowl 13, 1979, Pittsburgh 35, Dallas 31. Super Bowl 14, that was in 1980, and that was Pittsburgh 31, the Los Angeles Rams 19. Super Bowl 15, 1981, was Oakland 27, Philadelphia 10. Super Bowl 16, 1982, San Francisco 26, Cincinnati 21. Super Bowl 17 was in 1983, and Washington 27, Miami 17. Super Bowl 18, 1984, Los Angeles Raiders 38, Washington 9. Super Bowl 19 took place in 1985, San Francisco 38, Miami 16. Super Bowl 20, 1986, Chicago 46, New England 10. Super Bowl 21 took place in 1987, New York Giants 39, Denver 20. Super Bowl 22, 1988, Washington 42, Denver 10. Super Bowl 23, 1989, and that was San Francisco 20, Cincinnati 16. Super Bowl 24 was in 1990, and that was San Francisco 55, Denver 10. Super Bowl 25 was in 1991, and that was the New York Giants 20, Buffalo 19. Super Bowl 26 was in 1992, and it was Washington 37, Buffalo 24. Super Bowl 27 was in 1993, and that was Dallas 52, Buffalo 17. Super Bowl 28 was in 1994, and that was Dallas 30, Buffalo 13. Super Bowl 29. Yeah, Super Bowl 29 was in 1995, and that was San Francisco 49, San Diego 26. Super Bowl 30 was in 1996, and you had Dallas 27, Pittsburgh 17. Super Bowl 31 was in 1997, and that was Green Bay 35, New England 21. Let's see, in 1998, the Super Bowl 32 was Denver 31, Green Bay 24. Let's see, 1998, the Super Bowl there was Denver 31, Green Bay 24. The next year, Denver 34, Atlanta 19. I'm just going to go through and tell you what the scores were, and you can figure out the year. St. Louis 23, Tennessee 16. Baltimore 34, New York Giants 7. In 2002, New England 20, St. Louis 17. Tampa Bay 48, Oakland 21, New England 32, Carolina 29. In 2005, which was 39, Super Bowl 39, you had New England 24, Philadelphia 21. More history coming. Give me just a moment. All right, so let's see. I'm just going to say the year and who won. 2006, it was 21-10 Pittsburgh. Then, each year after that, I'll just tell you what the score was. Indianapolis 29, Chicago 17. New York Giants 17, New England 14. Then you had Pittsburgh 27, Arizona 23. Let's see. Next, you had New Orleans 31, Indianapolis 17. Then you had Green Bay 31, Pittsburgh 25. Then you had New York Giants 21, New England 17. Let's see. Baltimore 34, San Francisco 31. For 2014 Super Bowl, it was Seattle 43, Denver 8. 2015, you had New England 28, Seattle 24. 2016, it was Denver 24, Carolina 10. In 2017, you had New England 34, Atlanta 28. In 2018, it was Philadelphia 41, New England 33. In 2019, you had New England 13, Los Angeles Rams 3. In 2020, you had Kansas City 31, San Francisco 20. In 2021, it was Tampa Bay 31, Kansas City 9. In 2022, Los Angeles Rams 23, Cincinnati 20. In 2023, you had Kansas City 38, Philadelphia 35. In 2024, it was Kansas City 25, San Francisco 22. In 2025, which was last year, you had Philadelphia 40 and Kansas City 22. Now, over the years, you had various Super Bowl most valuable player. So I'm just going to go through and read these. For Super Bowl 1 and 2, it was Bart Starr for Green Bay. Other people who have won it include Joe Namath, Lee Dawson, Chuck Howley, Roger Staubach, Jake Scott, Larry Kazanka, Franco Harris, Lynn Swann. All right, Lynn Swann. Let me see here. Other MVP winners include Fred Billet Nitkoff, Harvey Martin, and Randy White. That was a co-winner. Terry Bradshaw twice. Jim Plunkett, Joe Montana, John Riggins, Marcus Allen, Joe Montana again, Richard Dent, Phil Simms, Doug Williams, Jerry Rice, Joe Montana again, Otis Anderson, Mark Rypien, Troy Aikman, Emmett Smith, Steve Young, Larry Brown, Desmond Howard, let's see, Terrell Davis, John Elway, Kurt Warner, Ray Lewis, Tom Brady, Dexter Jackson, Tom Brady again, Deion Branch, Hines Ward, Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, Santonio Holmes, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Eli Manning, Joe Flacco, Malcolm Smith, Tom Brady again, Von Miller, Tom Brady again, Nick Foles, Julian Edelman, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Cooper Kupp, Patrick Mahomes again. All right, moving on. We're getting there. We're getting there. Thank you for staying with me for this entire time. I do appreciate that very, very much. Okay. And then you had Patrick Mahomes again and Jalen Hurts. Those are Super Bowl MVP winners over the past few years. Now, let's see. This is what I'm going to show you now is just basically what I just went over. It's the Super Bowl winners. I'm just going to kind of show it to you. You got the list here and you have the result. I think I've gone over that. Yes, I have. Anyway, now comes the fun part of this whole broadcast. And I did not mean to do that. So bear with me one moment. All right, there we go. Sorry about the technical issues, but we'll just get it. In this game, in the Super Bowl, which is coming up soon, it will be broadcast 5:30 p.m. Central Time on NBC and Peacock on February 8th. In this game, the pros favor Seattle to defeat New England by 4.5 or 5 points. The over-under is 46.5 or 47. I will go over the 47. I think I'm going to disagree completely with the pros on this game. My prediction is that New England will defeat Seattle by 3 points, and I do believe that New England is the better team of the two this year. So, any questions or comments, thoughts regarding that and everything? So, I'm going to find this real quick. Give me just a second. I'm going to pull this back up. Let me pull the photo up. We'll pull this down here. Where is that? Okay, I'm sorry about the technical issues. Well, anyway, thank you very much for joining me today. I do greatly appreciate each and every one of you who have joined me for this special presentation today. We just went over a little bit of Super Bowl history. We went over the road to the path that everyone had in terms of getting to the Super Bowl. So, anyway, what are your thoughts? Who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl? Anybody want to comment? I think New England's going to win it. I think they're the better team that's in it this year. Does that mean that they are the best team to get there through the process? No, but they got lucky as a result of winning games and having injuries and stuff. And you know how it is in football, next man up. So I think that's how New England got luck. I mean, I don't say they got lucky. They played well late in the season and did what they needed to do. Seattle is kind of one of those teams that can throw everybody for a loop. You don't know what to expect from them. So, anyway, for those that joined me today, thank you very much for joining me today for this broadcast. I do greatly appreciate it. So if there's no questions right now, I want to go ahead and thank you very much for joining me today for this broadcast. I do greatly appreciate each and every one of you. If you will, please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button, and please hit the notification bell so you can be made aware of when I'm doing these live streams, when I have sports action videos, when I have sports education videos, or when I broadcast live. If you wish to subscribe to the channel, it is greatly appreciated, and you can do so by going to www.youtube.com, the slash symbol, the at symbol, Sportslov, or you can go in the YouTube search tab, type in Sportslov Media, two words, Sportslov as your first word, media as your second word, MEDIA. I'm also on Twitter X, and my handle there is at BobAmin16. That is the at symbol, BOBAMIN 16. Just to let you know, we will also have another live stream on Wednesday with the Hoops and Pucks and Wednesday's Oh My. We will discuss college basketball, men and women. We will discuss NHL hockey. We will discuss NBA G League and regular NBA games. It may not be necessarily in that order. And we may have some other basketball news that's going on that people do need to know about. We will continue also to have sports action videos and sports education videos and breaking news when it occurs, so stay tuned for that. We may have some special live streaming of actual sporting events coming up, but I'll let you know when that is. So in the meantime, thank you again for joining me today. I do appreciate each and every one of you. We're going to close with just looking at this wonderful picture and have some music. When the music ends, so does the live stream. So Sportslov Media signing out. I hope each and every one of you has a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for joining me. Have a great evening. Thank you very much. It is appreciated.